and really work on getting it right from the get-go. It'll get ingrained in your brain. The other thing is this bending thing. I've been talking to you guys about bending a little bit. If you're going to be bending, you've got a half note bend. For instance, I'm down here on the 15th fret. And I am really, when I'm bending, I always use other fingers, okay, for support. I never just bend like this. This just makes me go ow when I see people do that. So you've got them all there. The key is, to me, of getting control of it is I'm trying to turn my guitar so you get it right up under the fingernails to where when you get up under it, when you play. So if you're going to bend a half bend, you're going to play a note 1 fret higher, then go back and practice doing that. Notice that I'm shaking when I get it in tune, and not until I get it in tune. I don't just do it all the way up there. I bend and get it in tune, and then I shake it a little bit. That's what we call vibrato, and you can give vibrato when it's bending. You hear that? You want that vibrato to be even. You don't want it to be like, you don't want it out of tune. It doesn't change pitch. It doesn't go. That's really over exaggerated, but I want to make it doesn't change pitch. It just makes it kind of vibrate. I'm going to do a half bend. And you can hear that it goes, that I'm kind of bouncing it nice and even. Okay? To start off this, though, we're going to do a whole step bend, which is a little bit harder. It's going to be 2 notes up. You're going to play that note, and then you're going to bend to it. Get that note in your head. Okay? And then it's going to come right back down. But the way that we're going to come back down, we're not going to release it like this. You're going to go bend up, and I'm using my pick to stop the sound. And then I let it come back down and play it. Okay? That keeps it clean instead of this. So I wait for it to come back down, and then I'm going to go. Notice every time that I stop, I'm using some vibrato. And when I'm not bending, there's a specific way that I like to do vibrato. I pretend like I'm playing bumper cars between these 2 strings, and I take the string up as much as I take it down. And once again, you don't want to change the pitch. You just want it to vibrate. Okay? Really focus on your bending in tune and your vibrato. If you can get those 2 things down, you can fool people a lot of times into thinking that you're a lot better than what you really are, because those things really make the difference in a good player and a bad player. Okay? So I'm doing just a D chord. Okay? So that's the first phrase right there. So it's bend on the 15th, up a whole step, right back down. Notice it's quick. Ba, bam, da, da, do, bam. And notice that I'm not letting these ring like. They're not all ringy. I'm stopping. How do you do that? Everybody kind of has to find their own way. Typically what we do is we ease up on our pressure on the string to where you play a note, and if you let loose of the string, let it come up. I'm not taking my finger all the way off. I'm just loosening it enough. Okay? So that's the first phrase. Then you're going to actually hop up. Now, if you watch videos on this, you'll see people staying around in here. The tab that I'm working off of goes up here, and this is the way that I've always played it. I don't have it memorized anymore. At one time I did, but I kind of improvise a little bit when I do this. The next thing, when you go up, just to know where you're at, if you look at your dots, you've got your 3, 5, 7, 9. So your first finger is going to go in between the last 2 single dots. That's your home base. But you're going to start 2 frets up from that. So this is kind of our home base. We're going to play this note a lot. The rest does this. So you're going to go from 10, you're on the 10th fret. And this is one of those things where I want you to start on an up. So what I'm doing here is I'm playing, picking on an up, down. So I'm playing 10, 8. Then I'm going to use my pinky to come up to 11. And here's one of those things where I'm always talking about your hand position. This is exactly what, notice how my hand position looks. Everything's right where it needs to be because I don't have my pinky hanging out up here. It's not back here doing weird stuff. It's hovering right over that position. This whole movement right here, okay? So you're starting on an up and you go up, down, up, down, up. And so learn it right with the right picking. It'll help you play it faster later. You'll just have to slow up. So play it this slow at first. Up, down. Now when you get to there, you're going to come back to 10. Okay? And then you're going to play on the last dot on the third. Now notice it's not that big of a deal because my fingers are in the right spot, okay? Hand position is everything. So what I did there, I'm getting out of hand position so you can see what I'm actually doing, but don't go sticking your fingers down here. I just want you to see. So I'm going, so I'm playing 11, 10, 8, back to 10, to 9, and then I'm ending here. And I'm giving a little vibrato there. So it's so when you're working on this, don't worry about repeating this every time. Work on this for a while. Then come up here and work on this for a while. 8, 10, 11, 10, 8, back to 10, 9. Remember to start on an up. I'm giving that a little vibrato. Okay? Now after that, you're going to do this other little thing where you go another 8, 10. Sorry. So it's going 8, 10, back to this 9, but instead of going to 8, it goes back to 10, does a little, it's a full bend, but it's a quick one. So it's that quick. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. 8, 10, 9, 10. Okay? Now don't forget, after your vibrato, you're going to actually play that 8 again to get started on that. 8, 10, 9, 10. Okay, so back down here, here's the whole thing up again. I'm just building it up. Okay, now I'm going to reach back to the next dot. And the way that I play this, I actually reach back with my first finger and then I'm playing the next note with my second finger. That sounds weird. Why wouldn't you use your third finger? You're always talking about position. Well, there's a reason, because I'm only going to grab this one note out of position and then I'm going to get back up here. So if I do this, all of a sudden I'm having to bend and do a lot of other things with these fingers. So it's okay. We're going to just grab this one note and then I'll be right back in position. See that? So let me get my fingers out of the way. So I'm going, this is a hammer on, and we're starting on it. We're starting on it up again, and you're hammering on. And I'm playing 8, 8, 10, 8. And then I'm hopping back there with my first finger again. Okay? Notice that bend, I'm not letting it come back down. Once again, I'm stopping with either the side of my thumb or my pick. I let it bend to the duration of the note, and then I actually stop it. Okay, back down here again. I went on. Let me do that again. Now right here, I'm on 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, I'm sorry, 8, 9, 8, 10, and then back to 9. Okay. Actually, on this bend right here, you're going to go up and down. I'll come back to that real quick. Let's get this. Okay. It's hard after doing all this stuff. That's the last thing right there. So you're doing this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to do a slide, and I use my first finger for the slide. No, I don't. Or do I? I'm going to use my second finger. No, I won't. I think maybe third finger will be best. So I'm doing slide up, or actually slide down to 7 and back up to 9. And that's all one pick. And then you're going to catch this note, which is 8th fret. And what I'm doing here is I'm playing a little. And that looks like part of a D, but you're doing it like this. I'm playing 7 on 4. I'm sorry, 9 on 4, 7 on 3, 8. But when I get here, I do another little sliding up, and then I go up to 5 and do a pull-up. Okay? So, that's hard. Let me do it from the beginning, see if I can do this. Wow. Let's see if I can do it slow. Get a little bit more in the camera here.